What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another video. So today is week 3 of learning how to skateboard from zero experience and switching over to the Braille board. So let's hop right in. So let's start off with the old board I was using. And here it is. So this is a magneto board, which was okay, I think, to start. You can see here the brand, but the reason why switching over here, see, wheel fell apart in about 2 weeks, so that's going to be a problem here if we're trying to ride around without a wheel. So I think this board was okay as like a starting thing, but I did notice getting the Braille board that it is a little bit smaller. The wheels never really spun the right way either. I mean, they're obviously very little warped now, but they've never really spun the right way, and they were a little bit cheaper, and that does come with the price of it, which I will discuss in a minute here. Overall, I think came a little loose as well. I never tightened it, but it did come a little bit loose. The grip was okay. It definitely chipped a good amount just off of basic riding around and things like that. So let's take a look now at the new board that we just got, which is the Braille board. So if you check out the side-by-side comparison, it is a significantly decent bit bigger. I got this in a size 8, and just off the basics, you can see the wheels spin. This one's a little bit tight, but for the most part, the other wheels, they spin a lot better. The board just feels more professional, if I should say. Kind of felt on it. It felt a little bit tighter, a little bit more put together, a little bit better. So I haven't rode it yet. I got it in the mail today, so we're gonna, it's all, you gotta take it with a grain of salt until we figure out how it actually is after. But just from the basic looks and feels of it, it does feel a little bit more professional, a little bit of a better, bigger build, and a little bit more of an investment than the magneto board. So getting into the price, because there is a difference in the two, and it's going to affect the quality obviously, but all in all, for the magneto board, it was, see here, it was $34.99, and all in for the Braille board for this one that I just got today was $124.24. So about $40 compared to $124. I do think the quality reflects that, but the proof's in the pudding, so we're gonna have to figure that out and test it today, and I'll do a review at the end of today's video and kind of see if I think that it was worth the extra money to make the investment for just getting started, or if the magneto's kind of just good enough for now. But I guess we'll have to take a look and find out, and I will see you all outside. So we have made it outside, and let's just get started on some of the basics. very fast. Okay, that's gonna wrap it up. See y'all back inside. Peace. Okay, back inside. So I think in comparison, I think the biggest difference that I mentioned before I went out was the wheels. I noticed on the Braille board, it was like I got on it and it just wanted to go. Like the Magneto was kind of stiff. Like when I was rolling down that hill that I showed on the Magneto, I'd put like a couple good pushes and it'd kind of stop, and then I'd have to keep pushing. On the Braille board, you give it one little tap and you're flying down that thing. So I think for me, if I was going to recommend for a beginner, which I still am, I'm only 3 weeks in, but for a beginner, I would say just starting, like day one, I think the Magneto might not be a terrible way to go to just learn the very fundamentals. Because the best way I can describe it is like going from JV to varsity. So it's like you learn the basics on the Magneto, where it's very kind of stiff and you don't really need to worry about flying away, the board flying under you and you going 100 miles per hour. And once you kind of have those basics down, then move up to the Braille board. Because when I was kind of rolling, if I didn't know how to switch my feet, which I learned because the Magneto was so slow that I could do so many reps on it, if I didn't know how to switch my feet, that thing was going quick. So you can easily get pretty injured on that. But I'd say, you know, I do think the Braille board is definitely 100% the better board. But just in terms of learning the very, very basics, maybe go with a cheaper board if it makes sense in your budget. Kind of just learn those, and you know, until maybe it breaks in a couple weeks, or when you're ready to switch over, whatever it is, just switch over to the Braille. I think that's definitely the board to really get serious with it. Like just riding back and forth, it was a ton of fun. It goes super fast, so you kind of just, you don't really need to put much into it, and you just cruising. So that was a ton of fun, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing some more with it. One thing I did notice that just doing the moving and standing 180s were front and back side were a little bit more difficult, just because it was going from a little bit stationary where I could switch one way and kind of just be in the same spot, to when I did like a 180, it started rolling. So it just, that's something I feel like I'm gonna have to relearn a little bit with the new board, but it's not the end of the world. I did stay for a little bit after I finished recording it and I got it down a little bit, so I'll keep working on that. But I think just for cruising, I think the Braille board is just it's not even comparable. Like that thing is flying versus the Magneto is just kind of just stiff, and it's good for learning. It's good for learning, I'll say that. In terms of, you're not really going to go very fast. It's going to kind of go and then stiffen up. Because those wheels that I showed were super tight, and they don't really let you roll. And you can see the Braille board still in good shape. Just the wheels are a little dirty because it was on a road, but you can see here like those things just spin like that. Those things give you some really good movement. So overall, I think still in great condition. I mean, it doesn't look like it has any sort of anything really from, I mean, just one day. But the only thing I could really see is a tiny little bit on the lip, but it's not really even noticeable. So held up pretty nicely. I definitely think the quality's there. It just feels like a professional board. So once you're ready to take that step, I think the Braille is the right way to go. So that is going to wrap up today's video. Apologies if it got a little bit long. I wanted to kind of just go in detail and share my experience with the two boards, but I appreciate you all for coming, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.